They are the biggest boy group in the world, and every day there are news about them. Most of them are good and talk about their achievements, but every now and then we have some controversies and scandals. For such a famous group, this is to be expected. After all, fans and the whole industry are always paying attention. However, instead of talking about the rumors or problems that the group has faced recently, and because this channel focuses on beauty, how about we talk about the most controversial beauty scandals of BTS? I have to admit that normally boy groups do not have as many news related to their style, clothes, hair, makeup, or any other beauty topic. But for BTS, it's of course a different story. And before we start, if you want to dress like BTS, you can check our sponsor for this video, Fashion CHINGU. Fashion CHINGU is an online store where you can get the best pieces of K-pop and K-drama fashion on a budget. They also have shipping worldwide and even free shipping with a purchase of $60 or more. There are so many pieces to look from, and the best part is that they are always releasing new clothes, so you can always be with the newest fashion. And don't forget that you can even base your fashion to your favorite idol using Kiwi body types. This store just makes it easier. Follow the link down below in the description box to check out the store. Oh, and also, don't forget to like the video. It helps me a lot to keep giving you all this content. And while you're at it, also subscribe. Now back to the video. BTS is very involved with fashion. A few months ago, they launched their artist-made merchandise, and the positive responses to their designs have been huge, although there have still been some problems along the way. The first items that were released were the pajamas designed by Jin. The clothes really shocked fans, but it wasn't exactly because of how they looked, but actually of how overpriced they were. Even Jin commented about it, and he also thought they were a bit expensive. He said, "I did ask them to use a nice material for the pajamas, but what kind of price? I got surprised too." And sadly, for fans, that is not the only problem they had to deal with. When V's collection came out and was sold out, fans discovered that many of the items were being sold in pages like eBay at very high prices. This means that not only Hybe and Big Hit are selling the products at expensive prices, but fans also have to deal with the resellers posting the items for more than double the original price. But we are only starting. The relation between BTS, fashion, beauty, and scandals is quite strong. One that has been frequently mentioned before is Jimin's Atomic Bomb shirt. This was one of the biggest controversies of the group at the time, as it had to do with political and historical views. I'm not going to get too deep into that. What I will say is that the controversy caused quite an uproar between Korean and Japanese netizens, and some appearances on TV shows were cancelled. This just shows the reach and influence the group already had in 2018, and of course they knew from that moment on that they should be more careful with what they wore. Although this lesson didn't help preventing Jungkook controversy. In 2021, Jungkook was pointed out for wearing very often a fashion company shirt that belonged to his brother. This, in the eyes of many people, was implicit advertising. He was accused of wearing the clothes without revealing the relationship he has with the brand. The Korean Fair Trade Commission also mentioned, "Given the circumstances so far, it seems difficult to confirm that Jungkook's behavior is implicit advertising. The main problem with underground advertising is the deception receiving compensation, which is difficult to spot. Just wearing a shirt does not seem to be an offense." In the end, the idol decided to resign from the position he had as director of his brother's company, but the case continued to be on the media and spotlight for a while. And now that we're talking about Jungkook, I also have to mention another circumstance where the idol made news. However, this time it was not for something he did, but something a fan shouted at him. In 2019, BTS was in the airport for an overseas schedule, and between the swarm of fans that surrounded the boys, a fan screamed at Jungkook to cut his hair. Now, it could be considered funny. It was the first time in a while that the idol let his hair grow, and we know that he really committed to that look for a while. Still, this event made some people upset, because that fan was inconsiderate to Jungkook's decision of changing his hairstyle. It is never good when fans feel the need of controlling the idol, or thinking that they belong to them in some way, even when it comes to the length of the idol's hair. They can decide whatever they want to do with their hair, or at least they can have some input, because K-pop companies are known to also control a lot about the idol's hairstyle and color. There was even a time when fans worried about the members' hair health because they were dyeing it too much. There are photos where we can see the members with a receding hairline and very damaged hair. Suga even jokingly, or maybe not so jokingly, mentioned that he had dyed his hair about 50 times, and if he starts losing it, he was going to make Big Hit pay. Maybe I should do a part 2 of the most damaged hair in K-pop, and many members of BTS will definitely be included. To continue with the hair scandals, there was also a weird and funny article that came out when Jimin had some extensions in his hair. In 2021, Jimin revealed some preview photos of his new hairstyle. The idol had very long extensions that made it look like he had long hair. And just randomly, netizens started comparing his looks with Lisa of Blackpink. It got to the point that some netizens said he was copying her concept. The whole story was ridiculous. Even more because, at the end, he didn't have long hair at all. The extensions were cut and he had his usual length of hair with just some gray highlight on it. But this hasn't been the weirdest or most outrageous occurrence the group has had involving a beauty scandal. It is not that surprising that once in a while a stylist, designer, or person involved in fashion will lend the group some pieces of clothing that they will have to return after the performance. It is also not shocking that that same person will put the outfits for auction. It has happened several times to BTS before. The weird part was the following statement made by the designer of the hanbok Jimin used for the Tonight Show starring Jimmy Fallon. "This outfit is touched and worn by Jimin. I didn't even wash it. These are the clothes that still keep Jimin's sweat and fragrance of that day." Of course, this caused a negative response by many of the fans, and the outfit had to be pulled out of the auction because of the public outlash against it. It is incredible that the designer thought that this was a good idea. And lastly, I cannot end this video without mentioning some controversies that, though I've mentioned before, they were still important and made lines at their moment. There is the criticism BTS stylists received for giving them suits or shoes that were too big, not one, but 3 times. The first one was for the Times magazine cover in 2020, where the members wore suits the fans didn't like as much. Netizens expressed that there was some bad style choices, including Jin's ill-fitting suit, Jimin's shoes that are too large, Suga's pants that aren't hem at the bottom, and V's too big shoes. The second time occurred during the AMA Awards in 2021, where netizens say the oversized pants and the materials of the suits make them look boxy, and the proportions will not be visible. However, this didn't end here. There was a third time stylists were criticized for giving the members shoes that were too big. During BTS online concert, Permission to Dance on Stage, Jin and J-Hope were spotted using visible oversized shoes. The gap between the members' feet and the back of the shoe was huge. And we have talked about before about the risk of using shoes that are too big. And I'm sure no fan wants their favorite idol to have an accident on stage. From funny to dangerous situation, weird events and serious accusations, BTS has had many beauty scandals along the way. I hope you liked the video and don't forget to like and subscribe if you want to see more.